See that cat on the right? That's you. You're a delivery driver with a pickup truck driving around a totally normal mountain town where traffic rules don't exist. Or that's all the Steam page would tell you. It's a game that costs less than 10 USD, weighs about half a gigabyte, and takes up at most 5 to 7 hours to complete. So far, this may sound a lot like the game Dredge, where you deliver fish in a totally normal island chain, except the graphics look like a pre-2000s game. But don't let that subvert the depth this game has. That is the quickest elevator pitch I can give you for this game. If you haven't played it yet and it sounds remotely interesting, I highly recommend you give it a try. The reason I wanted to make this video isn't to explain its lore or speculate about the hidden meaning of its endings. I just wanted to talk about these 4 gameplay elements that I noticed, which make it all the more impressive given its limited scope. If you're on the fence about playing it yourself, don't worry, I managed to swerve away from any major spoilers. Great, you're still here, so let's get to it. The first and most obvious thing is the traversal. You spend most of your time in this truck, driving on winding roads to get in and around towns, with occasional stops to enter buildings, picking up and dropping off items. Like I mentioned before, there's no one to enforce traffic rules, so you could drive on the left, or the right, or drive off the road. The mechanics are simple and intuitive, which is killer in this game, because you don't need to spend hours getting used to one vehicle before the game asks you to switch to a completely different one. Now you might wonder, why not just be eco-friendly and walk to your destination? Well, the reason being, your truck doubles as insulation to the deadly freezing cold. This could explain why there's not many pedestrians or other cars around. So it's a good thing that your truck feels natural and fun to drive. Going in a straight line is easy, of course, but handling a tight curve or up or down a slope could risk the safety of your packages. Fortunately, mistakes are not catastrophic. If something falls out, you get out, put it back in, and get back on the road. Thing number 2, unlocks. Many games do this in many ways. Sometimes it's a skill tree, or a tech tree, a battle pass, or so on. As you might have guessed, it's a lot simpler here. The game teaches you this early on by asking you to unlock the lighter, which can burn wooden logs blocking roads and paths. This lets you know there will be obstacles that need something specific to overcome them, but the game will make it clear what that is and how to get it. No wasting time guessing if you have the right pieces to solve the puzzle. And with fewer total unlocks than you can count on 2 hands, you're not going to lose track on whether you have the thing you need to progress. The goal menu also clearly states what you should be working towards. The third thing, resource management. A classic game mechanic not only limited to video games. Even board games will often use resources like a currency or materials that you gain, lose, and spend over the course of the game. Here, we really only have 3 resources. Your character's energy, your truck's fuel, and money. Your deliveries earn you money based on the distance traveled, the weight of the package, and how many times you launched it out the back. You use this money not only to buy unlocks, but also to buy consumables for your energy and fuel for your truck. Run out of energy, and you pass out cold. Run out of fuel, and you freeze slowly. And this has a positive side effect of making you interact with the townspeople, and slowly feeding you the relationships that they have with each other. Now the final thing is the gameplay loop, which combines all the above and is crystal clear from the get-go. You need to unlock an item or upgrade described in your goal menu. To do so, you'll need to complete deliveries to make money, some of which you need to spend, so you can keep driving around without meeting a frigid demise. Now this all sounds obviously simple, but that's what makes it so great. It's a game that doesn't want to overstay its welcome, so it capitalizes on you being familiar with the concepts you'll see in other games. It doesn't try to jump scare you or make you feel powerless, at least if you don't count the uncanny undertones. When you look at the parts that make up Easy Delivery Co., it feels like a very accessible game, something a newcomer to gaming could pick up and enjoy just as much as an experienced player. It may look like it lacks depth in its presentation, given the PS1 era graphics, but hopefully this video has managed to convince you otherwise. I didn't want to spend much time talking about the music or narrative here. You've been listening to the former throughout this video, and the latter is best explored on your own. So, those 4 things were enough to compel me to make this video. I hope you found this interesting, or at least mildly entertaining. In any case, thanks for watching all the way through.